Oh my gosh, that looks so tasty. Can you go 40 days and 40 nights without meat? Well, Cecile Neita Leves joins us now. She's going to demonstrate how we can prepare a tasty meatless meal and how to incorporate that into our diets for Lent. Good morning, Cecile. How are you?
Good morning, Dalia. I'm absolutely fabulous. Now I'm seeing you, I'm even better.
Ah, it's so good to have you. Thank you for waking up this morning. I'm excited about what people hear meatless and they think, oh, that can't be tasty, that can't be good. But that's not true.
Absolutely not. I'm actually vegan, so I eat no form of meat whatsoever. No dairy, no eggs, no nothing. So trust me, it can be delicious.
It can, and it can be sustainable too, because I think some people think if you go meatless, that's probably, what am I going to eat if I go meatless? No, man, I can only, that's probably 3 times a week, but you've done it, and you're saying you can do it all the time and be healthy, and it's tasty.
Absolutely. Well, I gave up red meat 46 years ago, and then in the last year or two, I became complete vegan. So this is normal for me. So it is tasty. I mean, the other day I cooked some for a crew, and they were like, "Wow, this is vegan food." It's a myth that we only eat and everything does not have to be cooked in coconut milk either for it to be tasty.
Thank you so much for saying that. Another myth is people think because it's meatless and vegan, the preparation time is longer. Is that so?
No, I only cook anything that's 15 minutes or less. I have no time to spend in the kitchen all day, and I cook every day, and I love to cook, but I'm not one of those who want to be in the kitchen all day. It's time you can't get back daily. You could be reading a book.
So when we say meatless, what are some of the things that we can use so we don't miss the meat?
Okay, I use a lot of beans. I don't use the chunks or anything, but that's a personal preference. Because apart from being vegan and meatless, I like to do things that are not too processed. So I eat no form of the chunk or the beyond meat and stuff like that. So I eat mostly beans and nuts, lots of beans, but I eat every beans. I eat butter beans, I eat white beans, I eat chickpea, and I try and do it in every possible form you can.
Wow.
But that is it. And then I'll throw in nuts for additional protein.
All right. So tell me, so walk us through what you're preparing. You can go ahead. I'm excited to see it.
Okay, today I decided to do something simple and something that's part of the Jamaican staple, but a lot of Jamaicans don't like it because they have horror stories of being in primary school when they were given bulgur for lunch. But the reason why bulgur was fed to the children is because it's actually quite healthy. It has protein, magnesium, all this stuff. So I went ahead and I prepared the bulgur ahead of time because of TV. But I don't boil the bulgur. Some people boil their bulgur, I don't. What I do with my bulgur, I boil the water, and I do 1 cup bulgur, 2 cups water, and you use that ratio, 2 for 1. And when the water has boiled, I just throw the bulgur in, turn off the fire, cover it, and just let it absorb the water. And if you notice, instead of getting that sticky thing that you get as bulgur, look at this fluffy, you get a fluffy texture. So we're gonna put that in the bowl. So this is what you get instead of that mushy texture when you cook it like rice. It tends to be mushy. So you just throw the water on it, let it steam, and you have a nice fluffy bulgur.
Wow.
So here it is now. So we start with the base of the bulgur, and this is the fun part, because this part now, guys, require anything you like to eat is what we're going to throw in. So first we're going to start with the chickpea, which is the protein. So I'm going to start with the chickpea here for the protein. So we're just going to throw in the chickpea, and we're just going to mix that in as we go along. Then after the chickpea, we're going to throw in some olives and some marinated red peppers, because again, it's pretty, and it's also the olives give that nice briny taste, which is really nice. See, it's starting to come alive. Yes. Then for color, I'll throw in some more of the yellow rose peppers. So now we're really getting some nice colors and texture and flavor in. So all of this flavor profile. Then we're going to throw in some fresh cut tomato, but I like to salt my tomato a little because tomato has so much liquid, it tends to be fresh. So you want to just salt your tomato before you add it to the food. So you're not having that fresh flavor every time you bite into the tomato. You're actually getting a little of the flavor of the salt. So here we go. We're mixing. And look at those beautiful colors coming together.
Beautiful.
All right, before I put the cilantro in, I'm going to just cut some lime. And the trick with cutting a lime, you cut it on the side so you avoid as much of the seed. This one came in, but not as much as when you cut it down the center. So you want to cut it along the side of the lime. Then we're just going to go and squeeze some of that on. And of course, we're going to drizzle some olive oil. And I know Jamaicans like their gravy and stuff. So if olive oil and lime and salt is not enough of a dressing for you, you can put in one of your favorite store-bought dressing. We're not going to tell on you. So just put in one of your favorite store-bought dressings and you're good to go. Then guys, because it's like a version of tabbouleh, and tabbouleh is usually bulgur with a lot of parsley, copious amount of parsley. I've decided this time to give a twist to it because I absolutely love cilantro. So I decided to use cilantro instead of parsley. And you notice how much I'm putting on. I want a lot of it because I'm not using the cilantro as a garnish. I'm using it as an ingredient. So I want a lot. I want every bite of it to have that cilantro flavor. And a lot of people don't like cilantro, and that's okay. Use parsley. Use dill, use anything you like, because here it is again, guys, fresh from my garden. I'm gonna use some mento. So I washed it already and I'm just gonna shave off the leaves and that's going in. And again, from my garden, and I'm just showing off on you now, Delia. I have fresh scallions, so I'm just gonna snip a little bit, Delia, from it, just to show off on you that I have fresh scallion in my garden. So we're just gonna put a little of that. And I also grow my own garlic. So we're gonna turn and just snip a little garlic from behind me. They're all washed already.
Wow.
And we're just gonna snip a little because I like the different flavors of the different herbs, and that adds a lot of complexity to a dish. And this way, guys, I do not use powdered seasonings. I use a lot of fresh herbs. Now I'm adding some dill, not from so I'm not turning up the envy tune this morning. That's from the supermarket. So we're gonna mix all of this now, guys, together. And look how beautiful it is, Delia.
Wow.
And then on top of that now, we are just, and anything else you want to do. If you like corn, you throw in your corn. If you like green beans, you blanch them and you throw them in. So this is a dish that you do anything you like, because after all, it's your food. So we're gonna wipe up our dish now. So you see how easy that was, Delia?
Very easy. And very flavorful.
And very flavorful and very colorful. And then now I like grape tomatoes, and I usually marinate these in some olive oil and stuff, and I just sprinkle those on top just to be pretty. And then now I'm gonna take a nice bunch of my fresh basil again from the garden again, and I'm just going to stick that on top. And look at that, Delia. We're ready for a lovely lunch. And this can be lunch with dinner. Then I would serve this now with a nice mixed green salad. I put a nice mixed green salad. And for those who can't give up bread, a nice grilled sourdough, where you grill the bread and you just drizzle some olive oil and rub some garlic, because again, I don't eat butter, so I have to use olive oil on my breads. So this is it, guys, a nice full meal, missing nothing. And if you eat cheese and you're still trying to do no meat, you can just sprinkle some feta in it, or your favorite Parmesan cheese. And then again, that's another pop of flavor that is just going to be absolutely divine. So like I said, anything you have in your house, this is that kind of dish. So don't be intimidated and don't think you have to have special food to give up meat or be vegan.
No, listen, I am just imagining the taste. All of that flavor, it's so beautiful. The only question I have for you, Cecile, is what time is lunch?
Anytime, darling. I have an open house for lunch. I love when people drop in. Any chance to open wide and eat food, Delia. So
never keep saying for us.
Neville, you're always welcome.
Cecile, that was so wonderful. Thank you so much. I'm sure a lot of our viewers are going to be trying that one out later today. I've never seen bulgur prepared that way. Yeah, I'm going to try it. Thank you so much.
It really is. It's much nicer than the boiling of it. The boiling gets sticky, but this is just so much more texture, and just really look at it. It's not sticky, it's loose, and it's beautiful, and it's just really, really tasty.
Wow.
I'm not even going to taste on air because I don't want to mess up my red lipstick, but trust me, David.
All right, my darling. Always great seeing you.
Bye, guys. Bye, guys.
Chef,
Come on, remember we do this for the good people.
yes, for the good people.
Us.
Chef Cecile Neita Leves, that was amazing. Love it. Up next, we have a chat with Bushman. Please stay with us.